Greetings, traders, and thank you for joining with me today for my first presentation here on the new Ultra Boomerang and the 90% guarantee winning trade setups. This has never been done before in the industry as far as I know. I've never seen any system or offering that says we will guarantee you 90% winning trades. That's what I'm doing today, and this is the first introductory webinar that I'm going to go over the examples and show you exactly what we're doing. Now, first of all, when you purchase Boomerang Day Trader, you're going to get a PDF manual like this one here. And this will show you, I'll just shrink it down a little bit here. This shows you the exact simple rules that come with and govern the guarantee. It shows 2 very specific setups and 3 basic rules with some common sense modifications when the market conditions warrant, which are described below. So you have trade setup number 1, which I'll go over the charts with you in a minute. We'll go over many examples so you can see why I can make this guarantee. Trade setup number 2, and I have nice charts and everything here to show you exactly what the setups are. Trade setup number 2, and then I'm going to cover all the different aspects of the rules in here that govern the system. So I just wanted you to see this PDF. I'll go over the rules exactly while we're going over the setups right here now, but I'll keep this handy and bring it back and refer to it so you can see here. But it's very exciting. I'm very happy to make this warranty for you, but keep in mind, to guarantee that you're going to have 90 winning trade setups is quite an amazing accomplishment. I've never seen anything, like I said, out in the industry like that, but it's very important to understand that we do not guarantee your skill. We do not guarantee that you personally will make 90% winning trades every day. I cannot possibly guarantee your skill because I don't know you. I can't guarantee your experience in the markets, your emotional ability to take trades, or your simple mental ability to follow rules. I can't guarantee that, but we can guarantee that our software can make 90% winning trades, and I'm going to start going over that right now. First of all, most of you who are looking at this may or may not be familiar with Boomerang Day Trader. Many of you are because you've studied the material on our blog. First of all, this is all done on NinjaTrader. Boomerang Day Trader is exclusively available on NinjaTrader, so you would need a subscription to NinjaTrader, and then you would purchase Boomerang. Boomerang costs $11.95, and it includes everything you'll see here and everything you'll need to make these 90% winning trades. But what we do too is we set up trade brackets on here because the system involves trading the NASDAQ. That's when I can make the guarantee of 90% winning trades. And the truth is, a chart is a chart is a chart. Crude oil, gold, who cares? It's all the same. A chart all looks the same. If you don't know what it is, you look at a chart, they all look the same. The bottom line is we use NASDAQ with 450 ticks. I've harmonized and synchronized this system over many years, and when I finally released it on the market, it's been the top seller on NinjaTrader now for over 5 years in a row. As we get into it, and these recent developments came in with my development just about 2 months ago of Ultra Boomerang, I've developed some further setups in the market, 2 primarily ones that I told you, and they are so wonderful that they hand you always constantly ongoing winning trades, which I'll start to show you in a minute here. So with the buy and sell platform here, pretty much when you're trading, all you have to do is click on the buy or the sell, or you close out the trade. When you put on a trade and you click buy or sell, it'll automatically, I've got it set up here, see that? Plus 12 ticks, which is a plus 3-point gain, minus 20 ticks, which is a 5-point loss. So all you're doing is putting on the trade and waiting for your 3-point gain, or in the rare case, you'll get stopped out for the 5 points. That's all there is to it. One click, and you're all set to go. You just have to know how to follow the rules and how to trade with Boomerang Ultra. I'm going to show you now how the setups work. First of all, you know, the rules are there, and they're a little bit involved, but they're not hard to understand. First of all, let me show you the 2 trade setups. On Boomerang Day Trader, we have bias indicator number 1, bias indicator number 2. And in the chart patterns, you have this thicker magenta line, which is dynamic trend band number 1, and this thinner one here, dynamic trend band number 2. I'm sorry, number 1 is the thin one, number 2 is this thicker one here, and then this dotted red line going through here is called the cobra. So these all three together comprise the trend bands, the cobra, dynamic trend band number 1, and dynamic trend band number 2. These are trade channels here that are opened up, and they're alarmed and marked with an arrow here. You can see an arrow here, you can see an arrow here, you can see an arrow here. When the trade channel opens up, this very thinnest line of all is the trade signal line, and the only place we take a trade is on a pullback to the signal line, which is marked and instantly alarmed for a signal in a millisecond on a yellow dot for the sell side and a blue dot for the buy side. That's all you need to know for now while I show you this. And then as we develop, like I said, I'll occasionally bring up the rules and show you, but I can explain them to you. It's so simple. First of all, you have a new trend channel open, which is to the downside. In this example here, you have all three of the trend bands matching color. Red on the cobra and magenta on the thing. For further reference, I'll just call it all red. The red color and the green color. Red is to sell, green is to buy. Okay? When all three of these match, you buy the first, and in some cases maybe the second pullback the signal line. All you want to do though is get the closest pullback the signal line that you can, and down you go for 3-point gain. Now, as that's the first type of trade that we take. We can also take a second level trade after a counter, in this case buy trade, against a steep dynamic trend band. You wait for the counter. You don't take this trade because it's against a steep dynamic trend band that has not changed color. So all you're doing is waiting for the next trade. Well, it's sure enough, the next trade shows up where all the dynamic trend bands are matching and the cobra, and a new sell channel again. The steep line means the market's in a real bearish mode here. You trade the pullback signal line, and there's your second trade within a half an hour there for 3 points. Now, 3 points on the NASDAQ is worth $20 a point, so each for one contract is $60. So in this example, you would have made $120. If you're trading 4 contracts, like many of the traders do that work with me, you would have made approximately $500 on those 2 trades. You see what I'm saying? So now the second type of trade, and there's only 2 types. It's very simple. The ones I just showed you, that was a second level trade which was allowed. We don't do third and fourth level trades. Fourth are rare. Third occasionally show up, but it's in a real one-sided bearish market. But we only do level 1 and level 2. When the lines down here, the wicks under the histograms, cross under this magenta minus 3.00 line on the bias index number 1, or they cross over on the top up at the 3-point line, what we do is we take the first opposite pullback to the signal line. And there's a couple of minor rules that govern that. Now, in this case, the trade was very steep, but when it got down to here, it started flattening out a little bit. You take the first pullback to the signal line, and up they go for 3 points. You only take 3 points. So in this last demonstration period here, we've taken one second level trade, and then the counter trade with the wicks, what I call the wicks of these histograms coming down, in this case, under this magenta purple line here. So we've had 3 trades, which in the last approximately 45 minutes would have made about close to $700 after commission if you were trading 4 contracts. That's pretty good because you got a whole day ahead of you, right, to make more trades. It's getting exciting, isn't it? And I'm guaranteeing you that the system, following these simple rules, is going to produce 90% winning trades. You with me? That's a way to start your career, and there's no other system out in the market that offers such a guarantee. Only the Boomerang Ultra Day Trader will do that for you. So now what happens here? A little quiz for you based on what you just heard. Got to pay attention. If you don't pay attention, I can't help you become a winning trader. That's right. All three of the trend bands match. So you buy the pullback to the signal line when all three of those match, which is right here, and up they go. I'm just going to quickly change my cursor over to a pointer. We can't see the amount here, but you just have to know that they're 3-point gains when I show them to you here. So that's the first level. The market does what? Makes a counter sell move, which is one of the requirements for taking a second level trade. The trend band is sloping up, looking good here. And then you watch for a counter move and a failure of that move, which is right here. A new buy channel opens up. So then what do? We take the next pullback to the signal line, which is right here. And not only did we get a 3-point winner, but it shot up substantially higher. Now some people say, oh, you left a lot on the table. Not really, because what we're shooting for is 90% steady and consistent winning trade setups on Boomerang, and developing the skill and the ability and the emotional strength within ourselves to be able to take those trades when they show up without speculating or guessing or trying to do that. Later, as you get very good at Boomerang, I assure you, you'll be able to catch these runners. And if you attend our bi-weekly trainings that we have, which are free, you will be able to gradually be able to catch these runners too. I'll show you methods for doing that. But for now, let's just concentrate on our guaranteed program so you can really get started on something you'll have a lot of confidence when you make these trades. So the first thing that happens is, yes, the wicks are crossing up over here. That's correct. That would mean take the next pullback signal line. But the conditions for that are, if you have whipsaw candles of 2.5 points or more coming in here on the new counter red ones, creating a strong, what I call downside move, creating what I jokingly call a fat channel. If you turn your head slightly to the left, you'll see it looks like someone with a beer belly, a big beer belly, and that we call a fat channel. You do not take a trade at the bottom of the fat channel, because when these spike candles occur, there's usually two to four of them at least, normally like 3. And here in this case there's 4, and you can see some of them are over 2.5 points. It's going to create this fat channel, which you can see just by turning your head when you're looking at your chart. And we're not going to take this trade as the first counter move. We're just going to wait for the next setup. So it's canceled by the fat channel. And again, that's all explained clearly in our briefing here, our PDF briefing with exact rules, the exact simple rules, and the charts that show these examples I'm showing you. That'll come with Boomerang Day Trader. So the next thing we're watching for now is a next trade. So this one came crashing down here, refuting the sell reversal trade. And because the market was still bullish, what happened? That's right, the prices shot up here, opened a new buy channel, and with all the trend bands matching, pulled back to the signal line right here or right here, either one would have been okay, and shot up for 3 points. So that would have been our 4th winning trade in a row just on the example I'm showing you here. And I'm going to go over a lot of examples here. After you understand all the system and the method here, I'm going to start plowing through samples going back 6 months. So it's not just a recent thing. I'm talking about 90% guaranteed trades here. No other system is going to offer you that in the market. Only Boomerang Day Trader Ultra. So let me just roll back a little here. I'm just grabbing random spots. I don't know where they are or what they say, because Boomerang rules and everything covers all the conditions of the markets you'll need to understand. Now here's an example. Classic case where the market runs up right here early in the session and taps the purple line. Any one tap or 20 or 10 or a few, it doesn't matter, just barely tapping, it's okay. Ran up and tapped, so we're going to do what? Little quiz for you. What are we going to do now that the wicks have ran up and tapped the magenta purple line up here? That's right, we're going to take the next pullback, the next yellow dot trade on the market. There it is there, and as soon as you got in, the market got roasted to the downside for a nice instant 3-point gain. Took about probably 10-20 seconds to fulfill that trade. Now one of the conditions too is when you have a really steep or a flatter dynamic trend band like we do here, you just take that first counter, pull back the signal line. If it's really steep, then this is another flatter one here. Again, wicks in this case did not trade that, they missed that, so you would use the other method for trading, the other signal. But I'm just showing in this case, because the dynamic trend band number 2 was not that steep, you just take that first pullback to the signal line. I'll look through here and we'll find a steeper example. Let's go back a little bit, and then I'll, in a systematic way, start going over some trades. Here's an opening trade right here off the opening. Now, one of the rules too is we do not trade until 8 minutes after the market's been open. In other words, this is a West Coast chart, so you just add 3 hours for the East Coast. It'd be 9:38. So there's no trade here. Now, I want you to notice something though. Look at this steep dynamic trend band. This ended up being a good example. I just kind of randomly picked this here. Look at this very steep dynamic trend band here. The rule there, and there they are hitting the magenta line down here. The rule for that is you need to see the cobra cross the dynamic trend band before you take that pullback, the first pullback to the signal line. That's one of the requirements of a steep dynamic trend band. So here we go. The steep dynamic trend, or dynamic trend band number 2 is crossed now by the cobra right here. The cobra crosses, turns green, the first pullback here to the signal line, and the prices shoot up higher. See how that works? Now again, same thing here. We covered these trades earlier. Let me scroll back more, but I wanted you to see an example what a steep dynamic trend band is. And again, keep in mind that all of the rules are covered in great detail in the PDF here. I'm going to show you another couple of the rules, and then we'll move on. Now, we trade from, like I said, 9:38, and we do not take trades in the last half hour of the New York Stock Exchange, which is 3:30 and going forward. No more trades after that. Now, here's some examples of extremely choppy markets, but let me show you how Boomerang Ultra handled that. Prices moved down. They did not tap the wicks. You see how they did not tap the wicks here? But one of our rules is that if a trade channel is opened with radical spike moves, which usually start earlier in the move, which is the first one here, and they're more than 2.5 points, and you get a series of 1, 2, 3. I've already mentioned this rule before. You do not take those trades. Now, this panned out for a 3-point trade. I know that. But what you're looking for here is for the market to, you're just going to wait for the next signal. Well, the spiky candles continued, so the rule is don't take the trade. Just wait till the market smooths out. And of course, this is after the regular trading time anyway here at 3:30, so there would be no trade there. But shooting back earlier into the market, you can see what happened here. It's really the same patterns essentially repeating again and again. You can see here what happened is the market opened up 8 minutes into the hour, no trade because everything's already progressed here, and there was no counter move for a second level trade. Again, you'll learn these rules very quickly. It's very easy to learn them, and like I said, we have regular bi-weekly training. We can spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it takes. I don't want to do anything until your winning trades are steady and consistent, and you're changing your lifestyle by making a lot of good money from the trades. So here's the market getting overextended down here. We're watching for what? We're not taking these. Why? Because the steep dynamic trend band. What are we waiting for? Little quiz here. That's right. We're waiting for the Cobra to cross dynamic trend band number 2, change that green color, pull back signal line, and up they go for a nice winning trade. Here's a counter sell channel and a steep dynamic trend band. So simple to learn this. That fails, so you take the next new channel that opens up, the pullback signal line, and up they go. You see that? Same thing here. It was a failure of a level 3 here, but we do not take the level 3 trades. This was level 2. Sure, it was a successful level 3, but we don't take those. We wait until we see the wicks get tapped up here, just barely getting tapped, and we look for that next counter. In this case, would be a yellow dot, and down they go for 3-point winning trade. Pretty amazing, isn't it? I'm not showing you anything new. I know these are still charts, but keep in mind that these pullbacks to SIG line are fixed on the chart, and they're going to be fixed there forever. They don't move. What you see in the still chart, yeah, live trading, the prices are flying around. It's a little more emotional, but ultimately by following this video today, you'll get so much confidence when you buy Boomerang Day Trader Ultra that you'll have a lot of confidence. You know they're going to be 90% winners, so in most cases they're higher. So you'll actually be quite well. You've seen that every trade setup I've shown you today within the rules has been a winning trade. We haven't had any stop outs. Now I'm going to do something very unusual, and I'm going to go back almost 6 months now. I'll show you right here on the data box up here. You can see when I click on this here, the data shows the date of 7/18. We're going back to July. I'm just showing you trades back to July. See, it still works here. Matching dynamic trend bands. I'm going to speed up now and show you a lot of examples going way back to July. So it's not just something, me coming out with a guarantee is new, but the having the exact system set up for a guarantee works perpetually. It goes back whenever you use the charts later. Okay, again, exhaustion up here. First yellow pullback the SIG line, down they go, 3 points. Dynamic trend, all the trend bands are matching, pullback SIG line, up they go for a winning trade. One of the rules too is if you get a flat dynamic trend band, be very careful taking trades here on number 2. There was no tap on the magenta line, so there's no trade here because the dynamic trend bands are not matching color. They're all green. There's only one red one here, so there's no trade. However, now they're all matching. You got a new buy channel, pullback SIG line, and up they go. We haven't had one single losing trade in the samples I'm showing you here. Market goes up, no tap on the magenta line up here, so we're just watching for everything to match up here. So all you do is you keep your eye on dynamic trend band number 2. When you see that pullback SIG line, which is way down here, in this case, it still made 3 points, but you probably would not have taken this, and the reason is why. That's right, spike candles leading down. If you turn your head to the left, there's that fat belly there, that fat channel. So this one you probably wouldn't have taken. If you forgot that rule or in the midst of the heat of the battle and you took it, it still ended up making 3 points. Watching again, new opening channel, all matching trend bands, pullback SIG line, and up they go. Hitting the magenta exhaustion level up here, first pullback to the SIG line, 3-point winner. All the dynamic trend bands are matching here again. New channel opens up, pullback SIG line, and then up they go for a 3-point winner. Now we're running into the end of the cutoff session right here, but another winning trade comes into the close. Now again, this is 6 months ago from the date today that I'm making this recording, and these work perpetually. Matching dynamic trend bands, up they go. Spike move to the downside, creating a fat channel. Turn your head to the left, look at that belly there. Don't take the trade on the bottom. It's not a valid trade. Just forget about it. Just wait. Wait until we get a valid trade. Same thing, spiky fat channel here, no trade. No second level, because why? Now the dynamic trend band is flat. So when you see a flat dynamic trend band, you simply wait for everything to match up, and as an additional measure, you watch for the price come down and move towards the Bollinger Band here. In this case, you might have missed this trade because it kind of quickly reversed, but you did have everything matching. You could have taken this trade here and got a hard smash to the downside. Same thing here. Everything's just kind of settling. They're hitting the trend band or the exhaustion level down here on the purple magenta line. A very choppy thing, reaction to that lower move, and a steep dynamic trend band, relatively steep. There's a crossover here, but as the Cobra crossover, it immediately turns red and refutes a buying opportunity until we get to right here where the channel opened and a pullback signal line occurred and they shot right up, giving you 3 points. Did we get a second level trade? Yes, we did. Right here, new channel open, pullback signal line with everything matching, and up they went. Do you see what I mean? And this is 6 months ago, so it's not any, the rule is new. Ultra Boomerang is only 2 months ago I released it. It's brand new, but these chart and pattern configurations are all new as part of the guarantee on NASDAQ for 90% winning trades. You've seen now, I've been showing you, I didn't even count, maybe a dozen trades, and they've all been winners. Here's another winner here. Here's exhaustion up here, the first pullback signal line, winner here. Dynamic trend bands aren't matching, no trade here. Dynamic trend bands match here, pullback signal line, and down they go. Well, this is too late in the day. You wouldn't have taken this one. I could spend another hour or so just going over that, and that's exactly what we're going to do in our bi-weekly trainings. I'm going to give you regular new insights into the program and how to use it, but the rules are simple, and you have this PDF here, like I said, that shows you exact rules that I've gone over today and explains in great detail. There's only 2 setups and there's 3 rules. 2 setups and 3 rules, all explained in detail here. So simple to learn. I'm sure you'll have no problem at all. And with our training, we will help you to get up to speed as quickly as possible and start making steady winning trades. But it's very, the patterns, everything are very easy to recognize. You'll have no problem at all. So I wanted to thank you for joining with me today on this introductory webinar. Like I said, we will have future ones where I can go over, literally hours of charts and you'll see the same results. Today on this sampler opening video, we've had about, I think, 12 to 15 trades, if I recall. I'm not sure, so don't hold me to it. And we haven't had one single one of them get stopped out. You can see the constant winners here. Same rules, pull back the signal line after all the dynamic trend bands match. If you get exhausted on the upside, well, same thing. Dynamic trend bands match, down they go over and over, endlessly. I could be on here for hours and go over 300 trades. I just completed a study of the last 30 sessions from the period of, where'd my notes go? Well, I don't have it handy. Sorry to say, you can tell here it is here. Last 30 sessions, 94.5% winners, 199 trades total, with 11 of them getting stopped out for 5 points. Well, 2 of them got stopped out for just 2 points because there was a reversal. And grand total over, like I said, 30 sessions from the period of 11/3 to 12/11/2014. After estimated retail commission, about $9,700 per contract. You can imagine, picture yourself getting started with us, get Boomerang on your charts, and you make that over the next 30 sessions, and you're trading 2 to 3 contracts. You're going to have a tremendous good cheer, as you start making results for your family. It'll improve your health, it'll improve your mental outlook, your excitement for life, and excitement for getting up and trading every day. It's not an easy game. Trading is difficult, and you know our disclaimers, and I wanted to say those to you. Just remember to always understand the CFT disclaimers that futures trading is very high risk. Only risk capital should be employed. There are no guarantees in trading, and please understand that we here at Day Traders Action cannot guarantee in any way that you'll necessarily make money. Your trading actions from the rules of following Boomerang Day Trader Ultra that I show you are your own responsibility. We can guarantee that the system will provide 90% winning trades, but I cannot guarantee your skill or your ability to follow rules. Just remember that. The guarantee is on the winning trades. Just get yourself lined up with them, get in sync with the markets, and start winning steadily in the markets. Thank you very much for joining with us today, and feel free to email me with any questions anytime at Mohan@Day Traders Action.